Intention setting also involves faith stepping, which is a term that I feel means that we need to imagine what we hope for and then balance the act of imagining by graciously living while testing and refining our hypothesis about what we want in life. It is a cyclical process that contains various phases of redefinition. During the incubation period of intention setting, we are defining our ideal lives intellectually and emotionally through our imaginations and subconsciously through our virtual dreamscapes. Then once we have set an intention, there is a time wherein we get to live within the realms we have first created with open minds and hearts, therefore allowing our new reality to settle in all around us in order to define whether or not what we imagined matches what we come to know about ourselves, so that we can continue to redefine our intentions in ways that honor our needs. This act of dreaming and plotting then involves stepping into living what we professed we wanted, giving us a clearer view of what matters to us. Then, by paying attention to the signs and signals, urges and callings along the way, we see we are living the dream we created, and that it is also malleable and will likely perpetually change as we go along. Yet, if we become hypervigilant or engage in the process of continually thinking and acting without letting things simmer for a bit, it can truly wear on us, especially if we ruminate or run ourselves ragged without ceasing. From the shaman I discussed earlier in this book, I learned another component of this process of intention setting that is so key and integral to well-being, and the thing that truly makes the equation work. That component is surrender. Surrender does not necessarily mean becoming complacent or giving up. Instead, it means that after some thought and some effort has been invested each day, it is wise to take a good solid break and leave things to simmer for a bit in the hands of the powers that be, whether that means that you are trusting the Great Spirit, the Source, God, the universe, your subconscious and conscious wills, or fate. The idea is to stop pushing, plotting and ruminating each day long enough and resting in a state of simply believing that everything will be okay. To maintain well-being, we each need to assure that we are caring for ourselves in gentle and kind ways. If we are pushing too hard, or we are planning and plotting too long without any fun or any rest, we can become worn down, sick and lethargic. If we are seeking to be kind to ourselves, it is meaningful to consider that we are only small parts of a much grander life architecture. When we suspend the need to control everything, we can offer ourselves a sense of inner peace in accepting that we and our wills and wishes are only activating part of any given equation. When we allow ourselves to surrender, we grant ourselves generous leeway. In providing ourselves with regular respite, we avoid panicking or causing ourselves undue misery caused by overworking and overthinking. When we are offsetting our worries and cares for a period of well-deserved rest each day allows us the chance to infuse our lives with well-deserved peace, which can sometimes add even more blessings unto us as we travel this life journey. If we are perpetually vigilant, then we can never conversely know any peace. It is balancing attention and surrender that brings us to states of preparedness as things continually change. When building intentions and actively defining this work, there is a certain core strength involved in embodying a sense of trust that resting is an okay and even essential part of the journey. This means that even if it seems things are like they are moving in an unrecognizable direction, we have some sort of well of inner peace or faith or resolve that the universal energies that surround us are taking us on a journey toward the fulfillment of our dreams in gradual and loving ways. In other words, stepping back from the reins of control and moving gracefully through all that comes to pass with the bring it on attitude and the faith that if it was meant to be, it will happen eventually.